A man attacked me, and my only hope for survival was a bottle of vitamins and a lie. I was walking home from work around 11 at night, and I decided to take a shortcut through a quieter residential street instead of staying on the main road. I'd walked that way a few times before, and it was fine, just faster than the main route. It was dark, but the street lights were on, and I could see houses with lights in the windows. About halfway down the block, I heard footsteps behind me, and when I glanced back, there was a man maybe 20 feet away walking in the same direction. I told myself it was fine, and he was probably just going home too. I kept walking and tried not to think about it, but then I sped up a little just to test, and I heard his footsteps speed up too. My heart started pounding, but I tried to stay calm and told myself I was being paranoid. Maybe he was just in a hurry. I crossed to the other side of the street thinking that would make me feel better. When I looked back, he'd crossed too. That's when I knew something was really wrong. I started walking even faster and pulled my phone out of my pocket thinking I should call someone. Before I could unlock it, I heard him running. His footsteps got louder and faster, and I started running too, but I was wearing heels from work and I couldn't move fast enough. I felt his hand grab my arm hard and I tried to pull away, but he was so much stronger than me. I dropped my phone and heard it clatter on the sidewalk. He started dragging me toward an alley between two buildings, and I was screaming as loud as I could. Help! Someone help me! My voice echoed off the buildings, but no one came out. No lights turned on. No one opened a door. The street stayed dark and empty. He put his hand over my mouth and nose, and I could barely breathe. He pulled me into the alley, and it was so dark back there I could barely see anything. He shoved me hard against the brick wall, and the impact knocked the wind out of me. My back hit the rough bricks, and pain shot through my shoulders. I was kicking and trying to fight him off with everything I had, but he grabbed both my wrists with one hand and pinned them above my head. His grip was crushing my wrists together, and I could feel bruises forming. I kept trying to scream, but his other hand was still over my mouth. I tried to bite his hand, but I couldn't get my jaw open enough. I tried to reason with him through gasping breaths. Please don't do this. Please just let me go. I won't tell anyone, I promise. I won't go to the police. He didn't say anything at all, just kept holding me there with this blank expression on his face like I wasn't even a person to him. I tried threatening him next because nothing else was working. People know where I am. My boyfriend is waiting for me at home. He knows I'm walking home right now. They'll come looking for me any minute. He laughed at that, actually laughed and said, "No one's coming. No one even heard you screaming just now, and we're not that far from the street." I realized he was right, and that made everything so much worse. I could feel him tearing at my shirt and the buttons were popping off. I knew what was about to happen. Pure terror washed over me like nothing I'd ever felt before. My mind was racing through everything I'd ever read about situations like this, every article and every self-defense tip I'd ever heard. I remembered reading that you should try to humanize yourself, make them see you as a real person with a life. "I have a family," I said, and my voice was shaking so badly I could barely get the words out. "I have a mom and a dad and a little sister who's only 15. People who love me and need me. Please don't do this to them." He told me to shut up and pressed his hand over my mouth again, even harder. I was sobbing and my whole body was shaking, but somewhere in the back of my mind, I knew I needed to keep thinking clearly. I needed to find something that would actually make him stop because nothing else was working. Not screaming, not reasoning, not threatening, not begging. That's when I remembered an article I'd read years ago about women who'd survived attacks like this. One of them had lied about having a disease, and the attacker had backed off immediately. I looked him right in the eyes and said as clearly as I could, "I have HIV." He stopped moving for just a second and stared at me. Then he said, "You're lying." My hands were shaking so badly I could barely control them, but I reached into my purse that was still hanging off my shoulder. I dug around until I found the bottle of vitamins I took every morning and pulled it out. I held it up between us so he could see it and prayed desperately that he wouldn't look too closely at the label, that he wouldn't realize it just said daily multivitamin on the side. He stared at the pill bottle in my shaking hand. Full story on the channel below.